Hey guys, and welcome to Pheas Software. Today I'm going to be doing an unboxing of this Action Army AAP01C Shinobi. Hey guys, and welcome back. If you do enjoy this content today, please do consider liking, commenting and subscribing, because those interactions help me get seen by the YouTube algorithms. That helps the channel to grow. I want to stop by my socials, the link down below will take you to all of my socials, including my Discord. And if you want to have a bit more of a say in the channel, some custom videos, custom giveaways, and that kind of thing, then the join button down below will take you to YouTube. Channel memberships, 99p a month, totally optional, really appreciated if you do it. So we'll get into this. Many of you will have seen my AAP unboxing, which I will link down below. This is the newest version of that. So this is the AAP01C Shinobi. So this is a stubby, even more compact. Now what I have got is my HPA AAP01 full size here with me, just for a little bit of comparison around things. But you right now are being shunned, young man. Get out of my sight. What we're focusing on here then is the Shinobi. So the box then, as we've come to be used to, just relatively plain, recyclable, which is always good. A bit of sustainability is important in this day and age. So obviously nice little picture in there indicating it's in black. So I am pretty excited to get in here and have a look at this. So on top then we've got a manual, and it's always nice when it's the correct manual for the correct model. So just generic information about everything that's going off with it. You know, operation in general, removing the outer barrel, that's quite important. Safety, fire mode, which is one of the big changes here. Sort of maintenance, replacement of the safety button, even that, you know, showing you that sort of thing is really good on their sort of thing to help with repairs and that kind of thing. So get that out of the way. We've got a chrono sheet saying maximum 97, so maximum 97, I can't see, 27 degrees Celsius, done in August of 2023 apparently, and that was at the factory. So get that out of the way. And then we've got the AAP01C. Now that is pretty damn small. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to take the tracer unit off the front of the full size one. Now what sort of caught my attention initially with the AAPs, particularly without a mag, how light it is. Now put over the top of the Shinobi, it is possibly almost an identical weight, and it's possibly because of this extra casting and things like that. Now if I lay it over the top, I'll spin it over, you can see we've only shortened it a couple of inches, shortened. The aesthetic of it in general is very, very, very different. So I'll put that back down for now. So what we've got is this little bit more rugged sort of upper receiver. We've now got an integrated rail. It's not a sort of a bolt-on option later. It's now integrated. We've also got, again, not as an added extra, we've even got this included lower rail here for getting accessories on and things like that. What we have retained is obviously, we've got the ambidextrous slide catch, slide release. We've got the safety in the exact same position. We've got the two-stage trigger, so you've got to pull the smaller inner trigger. Otherwise the trigger just doesn't pull like that. We've got quite a nice sort of, again, identical enhanced mag catch at the back there. At first I wasn't overly keen on the sort of relatively odd, unusual looking front end, but it's really growing on me. The more I handle it, the more that's really growing on me as quite a nice little sort of aesthetic. It's quite a difference from the outer barrel of the original AAP. Side by side. Now it does appear to have an identical front sight in there and an identical rear sight as well. Now at the back is where we're sort of getting a little bit different here. So on the back, well, I'll show you on the original. On the original, you open the slide and there is our fire selector for, say, single shot and auto. On the new one, we can access it in theory from here using this little switch, which is a little bit tricky to do. If I pull it out, it's a lot easier to just get my thumbnail on that and click between firing modes very quickly and easily and put that back in. I actually find that is quite a big, nice improvement there, being able to pull back on this handle and change it as quickly and easily as that. We then get also included their default mag, the Action Army mag, which fits nice. And I found when testing with the AAP, I found that the original Action Army mag fit and fed and produced the best gas results than all of the brands. Now, unfortunately, I don't have those variety of mags. What I do have is obviously the AAP mag, and I've also got, again, an AAP mag HPA setup, which is currently set to run that at just below 350. So we'll give that a try as well. I've also got two cans of gas. I've got some green gas and I've got some 144A gas, which are the main two sort of gases that people may run, not so much 144A, just to try the two FPSs out, see what they're like. So I've got a little bit of variety there. I have got a adapter on there to allow me to mount a tracer, so I will be able to do in the next day or two, before I come back to do the sort of summary part of it, I will be able to do some actual range tests. Now before I do that, we'll get that, well, just to show you, that is, adds a little bit of weight in to it, as you would expect. It's a metal mag. Supposedly, sort of looking online, the mag well is a little bit tighter fitting on this one and a touch looser on this one. So when I put that in, there is more of a rattle, and I can notice that. So it's not a bad thing. I assume they've just widened it out slightly to accommodate more mags and mag types and things like that. So just something to be aware of. But the mags slide out really quite satisfyingly when they come out. Now what we're going to do is I'm just going to press the release button on the back, and we're just going to pop it open, and I'm going to take it off its upper frame, the upper off. Now largely inside, I believe it's pretty much identical then, in that we've got the same sort of hammer. From what I've read online, the hammer possibly might, stroke will, stroke does need replacing sooner rather than later. So obviously keep that in mind, that that part is a little bit prone to failing. The AAP did fail and had to have a cow steel hammer set put in it. I think it was a steel one. And then we've got on the upper then, we've got the exact same hop unit setup, where we've got the hop dial is here. Now the hop is fully off. Let me just check. Yeah, that's applying hop. So you pull the wheel down towards you. So there is a set of teeth down in there. I'm just getting my finger on that and pulling it down, or what would be down, to apply hop unit. Make sure that goes back off because I want that off for the chrono. So internally, other than a significantly shorter barrel, it is just the same pistol. It's the same thing. It will take the same parts. So it is just a different form factor. It is a little bit more compact form factor, and you know, it's a little piece of kit. I am sure it's going to perform as well as its sort of older brother. So I'm going to go and do the shooting test then, and I will be back in a second to talk about where I am up to with it. Full. That is literally the BBs flying out the bottom. They're not even like going anywhere. So I've got the tracer adapter here, and it included 3 screws, which I thought was odd because there's only 2 mounting holes in there. So to get the original unit out, click that back shut. So basically that's just a rubber bung that was in there. So you just kind of loosely undo the screws and they will just pull out, and that has to just be sort of pried out a little bit down the sort of vent in there, just to get enough purchase on it to pull it out. Now, what I've noticed is, and you can probably see there's some silver markings, when you push this in, it will only go in one way, same as that, because there is just a square flat siding to it. Excuse me, this one is the same, it's got a square flat thing, so it will only go in one way around. However, what you notice is, it doesn't now, is that it did stop short of me accessing the holes, and it wasn't going far enough back. And what I figured out is this little screw is actually a replacement shorter screw for this front sight post. So what I'm going to do is I'm just using a Torx 7, which has lifted that out, and you can see there, this longer one is the one that was in stock. This shorter one is the new one that's come. So I'm just going to drop that back in and tighten that back down. Now that goes in and out easily. It sits flush to the front. I've got easy access there now. So these will just drop back into place. Wrong size. So I am using a Torx 8 to put these screws into place. And they go straight in without any issues whatsoever. That's one. That's two, and it is nice and solid in there. We're ready to attach a suppressor of choice. So for the sake of showing it off, we've got here the Aztec Bifrost. Just tighten this down, and that's how it up. Actually, that's quite a nice little cool piece, and doesn't sort of overextend it too much. And I will take that off, get that out of the way. Yes, I am very clumsy. And then what I've also got is something a little bit more recently, and we've got, those are the wrong screws. For now, we'll just, oh no, they're not. We've got the T238 Daybreak Chrono Tracer as well. So I'll just screw that on, which is a little bit different. So put that on, we just slide this on, and we're just going to tighten these two screws down. I'll just tighten one down for now. Now this is obviously a ridiculous mega build. However, what I do like is the silliness of a silly build. Now that is pretty, it's front heavy, I'm not going to lie, but that is pretty damn awesome and cool, and I am absolutely loving the absolute silliness of it. Gloved operation then, thanks to the guys on my Discord for suggesting this, and the more recent one was the magnet test for steel parts. Now there's not much in here, that there's no point with it. So in terms of gloved operation then, I am confident and happy that that mag can go in and out with absolutely no issues whatsoever. I can certainly rack that bolt and operate it. I can operate the safety and the trigger without any issues whatsoever. Please be careful dry firing it. Don't do too much dry firing because you are going to damage things. You know, I can definitely get a tracer unit on and off there. Setting the hop, I can open that up. I'm going to get the same as usual. I'm definitely going to be able to adjust that hop dial, but the tactile feel is not really going to let me know sort of how much I've adjusted it. I can definitely get in there and easily switch those firing modes. That is not a problem at all. So I am confident with that. In terms of filling the mag up, it's probably, I was going to say easier. It's easy to get a grip, use a speed loader, then to click the BBs into there, which I don't have available to me at the minute. And filling the mag up with gas is also easy because there's an exposed valve there, which we'll discuss in a second as well. So I am happy that that is pretty quick and easy. Now in terms of filling the mag up, the way we fill a gas mag like this up is do not push the BBs in from the top. That is not how these style of mags are designed. We've got a sort of follower there that we're just going to pull back, and then you should be able to see there that the railings sort of, they suddenly open up here. Now, what you're going to need is either to be very delicate and feed a BB at a time in like that, and another one, and another one, and another one, and so on and so forth, so they more or less double stack up. Or you're just going to get a speed loader and just empty them into there, and then just release that, and it keeps them compressed and feeds them up and out. When this gets to the top, a little catch comes into here, which tells the bolt to lock open because the mag is empty. Now, in terms of gassing them, it's important that you keep it upside down and basically upright like that. You're going to bring in the green gas, not the 144A. Give you kind of quick shake, keep it vertical like that. Now, this is a silent fill valve. So hopefully you caught a little bit of that sort of hissing sound there. That was it filling, and you're just listening for it to go very quiet. That is now fully gassed and ready to go and can go back in there. So please do not feed BBs in from the top. Excuse me. Make sure you keep that more or less upright, upside down and upright like that when you are filling it full of gas. So I am back from the shooting test then. So I did find that I did happen to have an ENC Glock mag in the house at the time, because I've got an FMG9 that I'm working with as well, and that come with an ENC Glock 18C internally with it. So use that. So the AAP mag was always the better. Running a tad lower FPS than I sort of expected on green gas. 144A was pretty much where I thought it to be. I did try it on my HPA setup. This on my HPA setup with the tank and the 2.5s runs at sort of like equivalent to 330 FPS, you know, sort of what's that, about a joule. It was running a little bit lower than that. I don't know whether that's to do with the shot barrel or what, but it was just running a tad lower. The better mags were definitely the Action Army mags, were the best mags. The HPA setup is an Action Army mag as well, so you know, fit and fed lovely, but feeding issues was no issues whatsoever. The range was absolutely just insane. It's as, you know, as good a range as out of that as I was getting out of the full AAP01. So I've absolutely no qualms about it. The much more compact size is lovely. It's a shame that this isn't included as an accessory, and that's you know, as an accessory that I've had to buy that extra is a little bit annoying. It does look kind of cool with the trace on it. It looks silly and cool with the Daybreak from T238 on there. Just a great little pistol. Obviously, a word of warning that the hammer is not the strongest, and particularly if you're going to run a HPA adapter on there, you know, that hammer is likely to break sooner rather than later, so make sure that you've got a spare hanging around. But if you're looking for either something for very compact CQB scenarios, something a little bit lighter, small, easy going, you know, loads of accessory parts for it, that kind of stuff, this is going to be the platform that you want to be running. You know, it is just such a great little platform, including the rail on top, the integrated rail at the back, the easier selector to just switch fire as well, makes it so much easier, and arguably probably a little bit better platform. What you're losing sort of barrel length, you're not really losing anything. It's just a great little platform to operate. I didn't show rate of fire in terms of obviously full auto, because that will be gas dependent, sort of BB dependent. You know, how often do we really switch these to full auto? Really, you're probably looking at around 15-ish rounds per second. Again, gas dependent, temperature on the day dependent. Lots of variables there that can come into that and mix that scenario up. But I was a fan of the AEP when I had that. I am probably a bigger fan of this now that I've got that. There's something stuck under my filming mat. Great little piece. Fantastic, sort of just what a great platform that they've built. So I'll leave a couple of photos. I hope you've enjoyed that. Please do remember to like, comment and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye.